What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video in the Ecom Freedom Blueprint. So in this video specifically, I'm going to talk to you guys about the exact back end setups that I had where it would really just print us money. So as you can see here, we are in SMS Bump, right? And this is an SMS, retargeting app. So this is just a channel where we can go ahead and send SMSs out to our customers' phones. So as you can see here, right, like our total revenue, right, it was about $17,606 back. Now this was amazing because honestly speaking, if we were trying to maintain this kind of ROI when running any kind of paid media, it would be very, very difficult. So as you can see here, that if you have a look into the section right here, the total ROI for it was 809%. Right, or 810% actually. It amassed about 751 extra orders, right, and we only had spent $1,935 in order to get that, right? Can you imagine, like, if you spent, how often or how many times would you be willing to spend about $2,000 to make back $17,500, right? It would be every single day of the week. What I want you guys to know is that whenever you are setting up your store, you need to always have these automations set up. Okay, so when you're jumping on, there are different SMS messaging platforms that you can use. For us, for this brand specifically, we use SMS Bump, but you can also use Postscript. Postscript is amazing, and we love them as well on our other brands. I want to show you guys the automations that we set up for this one. So obviously, we also do send out burst campaigns. So whenever we're doing any kind of promotion, every 6 weeks or so, we send out a promotion to all of our SMS subscribers, and we let them know, hey, look, this is what we have and this is what's going to happen. This is the discount you can get, etc., etc. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and talk about the automations right here. The automations that we have is primarily kind of set up between the abandoned carts, right? So these are the abandoned carts that I prefer to go ahead and set up. I understand that when customers are looking to buy a product, if they have added to cart, the intent there is very, very strong. They've actually gone out of their way physically to go and add the product to cart, especially for our products, right? They have to customize it and all these kinds of things. They've already spent some time, they've invested time into, going through the checkout process. So the way that we set this up, or the way that I set it up, was threefold, right? So the abandoned cart was 3 different text messages at 3 different times, right? First 15 minutes after they abandoned checkout and they did not purchase, right? So whenever you go into SMS Bump, you can go and create new, right? And you can just automatically create this abandoned cart SMS. So let me show you this one here. This abandoned cart SMS for 15 minutes after they have abandoned cart and not purchased, right? It sends out an SMS. So it sent out 963 messages. From that, we've generated $10,317 back. That is insane, guys. If we did not send this out, we would be losing an extra 10K, right? 10K is a lot of money, right? We do not want to let that or leave that money on the table, okay? So that's where the intent is the biggest, I think. And that's where you can see that in the numbers, right? The first 15 minutes of them buying, or for whatever reason they had to jump off or whatever, you can see that by just reminding them, simply reminding them, without giving a discount or anything like that, we're able to claw back $10,300. So now the next tier of that is our abandoned cart for 3 hours, right? So if they, after 3 hours, have not ordered, right, they've gone and received their abandoned cart for 15 minutes after they've abandoned and they have not ordered, they want to send out another reminder. We're going to say, hey, look, we know that you have not bought, life gets busy, etc. We just want to remind you that this is here, okay? And here's a reminder, here's your link, go back to your page, go and complete your order. That one, as you can see, it clawed back about $2,000. Not too bad, but obviously the conversion rate isn't as high because obviously the intent has died off. For whatever reason, they've stopped the buying process, because they've already stopped it and so much time has passed since they stopped it. At this point, they're just like, I'm not really that interested anymore, or we've recaptured most of them in the first SMS. Okay, now the next SMS that I like to send out for abandoned cart specifically is another 17 hours after that, which is our 20-hour abandoned cart. This was just a number that we split tested, and 20 hours seemed to be performing the best out of this time period, right? And you can see here that out of 945 sent, about 82 click, and we've generated an extra $1,000 of revenue. So just from those three simple abandoned cart emails, and SMSs, you can see that we've been able to generate all of this money back. Now let me just quickly disable this, and I want to show you the messaging that we have. So it's like, hey, first name, we missed you, just wanted to remind you that you have some items left in your cart, need some time to think about it, maybe this will help. And then we give them a 10% discount. Actually, my bad, 10% discount is just the standard 10% discount for every single person that jumps onto our website. Okay, so don't go don't go offering too much too quickly, right? But that's exactly what we like to do. The next thing that we like to do is we try to recapture our audiences. So for customers who have bought on our website, if they have not bought again for another 20 days, we want to remind them, because we know that our product has a very quick life cycle, right? Where they should buy multiple times over and over. If you can have a look at number 5 here, the automation number 5, have not bought more than 20 days. Okay, so they have not bought more than 20 days, and then as a result, we send them an SMS and we say, hey, look, it's been a while. Why don't you come back and buy something? We'll give you a 15% discount or whatever. And it's been able to generate us another $427. So one by one, they really stack on top of each other and really help us to generate that extra $17,000 of additional revenue that we would not have got if we did not set up like something like SMS Bump. Okay, so we'd really heavily recommend you guys to set something up like this. I won't go into the nitty-gritty of how to set it up, because that's what the Ecom Freedom Shopify like the whole course is for. That's where we teach it. Okay, but I just wanted to show you how exactly we did it in this business. Okay, that's the purpose of this course. The next thing I want to show you guys is email, right? Email is something that's huge, but we personally did not use it for this other brand just because it was not converting well. As you can see here, for an example, in the last 30 days, we generated on this store $117,000, right? And from that, have a look at the revenue from Klaviyo, right? Klaviyo is my email service provider of choice. If you can see here, revenue from Klaviyo right here is $53,647, which equates up to about 46% of our total revenue. Like, if you're not doing an email, like, I do not know what you guys are doing. If you have a look here, if we did not do email, we would be leaving on the table $53,000 a month every 30 days, guys. If I do 53,000 times by 12, we'll be leaving on the table $600,000 per year. Like, can you grasp that? Like the magnitude of the importance of having these SMS or email setups, right? Now for the other brand, we don't have it, but as you can see here, this is the majority of where a lot of the spend or a lot of the revenue comes from. What we do is we like to have abandoned carts. Again, same thing, right? We have our abandoned cart. After 30 minutes of them abandoning cart for email, we send them out a reminder, and we have an automated flow there. After 30 minutes, we send them a reminder. If they don't buy, okay, that's fine. They'll move on to the next one 3 hours from there. If they don't buy there, then we have the next one 20 hours from there. And then after that, we're going to have another email 28 hours. So it's been a total of 48 hours since they've abandoned checkout, right? And they have not bought. And we're going to give them, this is where we're going to really kind of break their arm and try to get them to buy, right? We're going to give them a really hefty discount and really kind of make it enticing for them. So as you can see here, most of our sales honestly comes from abandoned cart. Now let me show you another store where we literally use this, and we were able to generate a lot more money from our flows, right? And this is going to lead me to my next automation that is super crucial. Okay, so let me just bring this up right here. All right, so this is another store. Let me go ahead, and you're going to see that the metrics are completely different. So let's go to performance, and in the last 30 days for this store, it's only 20,000, right? Nothing crazy. But what I want to show you guys is that the revenue from Klaviyo for this one particularly is another 58%, right? Now, what I want to show you like here is that if you have a look down here, you see this nurture series, right? This is the welcome series. Okay, now the welcome series is, when you go onto websites, you always have that annoying pop-up saying, hey, submit your email or your phone number and we're going to give you 10% off. That's exactly what this flow and automation does. Whenever they submit their email, right, and we have to incentivize them something, so we usually just give them 10% off. What we do here is we say, hey, come and give me your email and I'll give you 10% off. Now, after that, we have this robust welcome series, and let me just go into it, right, and show you exactly how robust this is. Okay, so a lot of these will be hidden because they are specific to our brand, but and this is a brand outside of our outside of the Ecom Freedom Blueprint. But let's see if I can show you something here. You can see how robust it is. So, for example, whenever anyone subscribes to the form, right? If they have subscribed, then we give them this automatic email, right? If they come from mobile, we change it up, right? We give them another incentive, right? We give them another bonus right here. Now, if they have not bought, or if they haven't even clicked on it, we send them another automation after 1 day. Right, so we want to always be following up saying, hey, you have 10% off and it's going to expire in 3 days, so you make sure you use it because this is a good discount, and if it's not a promotional period, you're not going to save 10%. Okay, so this is why we always like to have these automations, right? Again, here, the last 24 hours to save, and we're trying to really push that scarcity. As soon as that the 3 days has passed, if the customer does not buy and they come and say, hey, I want to buy, can I use that 10% discount? I'm like, sorry, you can't, because you didn't follow the instructions. You can't just wait for a discount to expire and then expect us to reinstate it. No, we are a brand of our own word. Okay, so we want to make sure that people are making efforts, or like really understanding that we do real scarcity on our website. That's what I wanted to show you guys. So for example, we have our SMS, right? And then we also have our email flows, right? So if I go exit out of this, another one I want to show you is we have our abandoned cart and then our welcome series email flows. Now those are the main two, right? And I also did speak on, let me just have a look. I also did speak on the fact of a post-purchase, existing buyer re-engagement, right? So for example, here you can see something like this one here, like customer win back. You can see here, it doesn't bring that back that much money, but it's an extra $322. It's not that crazy, but it's still nice to have, right? For every recipient that receives that email, we get 23 cents. So that is a win in my book. Honestly speaking, guys, this is the most crucial things. You need to have SMS, you need to have email set up. And if you want to go even a little bit further, you can have recart set up for Facebook Messenger abandoned cart messages and all that kind of stuff. But for us personally, we don't use that. We just think it's too personal, and we're already sending them SMS texts. We don't want to go and kind of breach their privacy. We want to kind of make a very fine line that we respect their privacy. Okay, so understand that we need to have SMS, we need to have email, and the main flows that we want to have is our welcome series flow that gives them a discount, right? That's why they want to sign up for our welcome series, and then from that, whenever they go to abandoned cart, right, they showed intent, we want to send them periodic emails or SMSs, 15-minute, 3-hour, and 20-hour increments, so that we try to claw back as much money as possible. And then finally, the last flow that I would recommend is actually having a post-purchase flow. For these people who have bought and they've loved your product, right, you want to re-engage them. That's how you increase that lifetime value, and that's how you always try to increase that profit, because these are the customers that you've acquired. You now need to liquidate them. You need to continue to milk them as much as possible by offering them more value, more products, and all these kinds of things, and try to incentivize them, and that's how you increase your profits. Okay, so that is all the time that we have for the back-end simple setup. Very easy, but it's very crucial, right? Otherwise, a lot of these brands would not have multiple thousands of dollars, even in the multiple tens of thousands of dollars. Okay guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.